What would you do if a student looked you in the eyes and asked,
Family home? Yep. And the kids? Pretty old? Yeah.
just moments before drawing a weapon and pointing it at your head? That is exactly what happened when student Hollis Daniels asked Officer Floyd East those questions and then shot him. If you were the officer in that room, being asked about your kids and your family, how would you have responded? Because, in that moment, for Officer East, it was the last question he ever answered. Hollis Daniels was in his first semester at Texas Tech University. No one suspected that he would become a killer. He came from a respectable family in Seguin, where his father had served on the city council. But behind that clean image, police records revealed something darker. He had prior drug charges that were dismissed. Just hours before the murder, Daniels was pulled over for stealing a friend's weapon, the same weapon that would later kill a police officer. During the stop, officers patted him down but didn't find the weapon. But he refused to let them search his car, so they let him go. Daniels then drove away, with the stolen weapon still inside his car. Later that night, he returned to his dorm room, where he accidentally fired the weapon. Because of that gunshot, 48-year-old peace officer Floyd East was sent to Daniels' dorm after students reported hearing a shot and suspected Daniel might have a weapon. When Officer East entered in his dorm, he found drugs, pills, and a bullet hole in the wall, but no weapon found. Daniels denied firing a shot, but admitted to the drug. He was handcuffed on the spot and patted down twice, but both times, the officer didn't find the weapon. But this time, the weapon had slid down during the pat down into his pant leg and was tucked near his ankle, and Daniels was taken into custody with a loaded weapon still on him. When they arrived at the station, Officer East removed Daniels' handcuffs. In the briefing room, Daniels sat next to Officer East, uncuffed. For nearly 28 minutes, East removed his body camera and focused on entering paperwork at his computer. But during that time, he reached for his weapon several times, and no one noticed. Then, when the moment came, Daniel pulled the trigger and shot Officer East. Daniel then grabbed the officer's body camera and fled the station, triggering a full campus lockdown. Students hid in classrooms and dorms, while police searched every corner of the university. For 2 tense hours, no one knew where Daniel was, or he'd strike again. Officers finally caught Daniels near the Coliseum. He was still carrying Officer East's body camera and the loaded murder weapon. Under Texas law, this was capital murder, the highest offense possible. Killing a peace officer while on duty means only 2 possible sentences: death or life in prison without parole. In 2023, after 6 years, the jury spared Hollis Daniels from the death penalty. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole.